Good morning. My name is Alay Patel, and I am going to discuss about an ongoing discussion and a recent case that took place between the US Women's National Soccer Team and the US Soccer Federation. Now, I'm going to ask you all one simple question. If you're working for an organization and if there are two different teams under the organization, Team A and Team B, what if Team A performs exceptionally well, is the best in the business, while Team B is not that good but has its own advantages, like the popularity? Which of the two teams, in your opinion, should be getting paid more? Has to be Team A, ain't it? Consider the same scenario. US Women's National Soccer Team is Team A, where they're performing regularly, exceptionally good on a regular basis, while US Men's National Team is not doing that well. We'll jump into the key facts right now. So, in 2015, five of the US Women's National Soccer Team senior players filed a wage discrimination complaint against the US Soccer Federation with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Carly Lloyd was one of the captain, and she was also in the team. Now, the plaintiff argues that despite performing exceptionally way better than men's national team on a regular basis, winning World Cups, staying number one in staying number one in the world for a record-breaking highest number of times, and being ranked number one, as I mentioned earlier, why do U.S. Women's National Soccer Team still struggle to get paid enough? There has been no such relevant cases that has been taken into consideration before this one, especially in regard to the equal pay. Now, much of the arguments of the defendant was solely based on how market forces prevent the US Women's National Soccer Team from getting paid equally as men. Now, the issues that were presented to the court. The issue presented in this case was to shed a light on the ongoing pay disparities between the US Soccer Federation and men's and women's national team. According to some stats, US women's men's team are getting more than thrice what the US women's national soccer team are getting paid. The plaintiff needs to provide more than just winning records, which is basically what they have in their books, winning the number of World Cups they have won, on the table to benefit from the case. Now, the judge definitely has to consider more factors besides just the records, as it is after all a business industry, and factors like ticketing sales, TV and media rights, concessions, everything needs to be considered. Hence, it is a difficult situation for the judge to balance, as well as on one hand, he has this wonderful records that the US Women's National Soccer Team have in their bag, while on the other hand, the US Men's National Team have money. They're bringing in money. They're bringing in revenue, which the women's soccer team is not being able to generate, because of how the mentality of the people in United States is that men's sports are more dominating than women's sports. Now, the decision of the court, although the final decision of the court is still pending, and it will come after the Olympics that is going to come right now, a court decision in June affirmed the validity of the team's collective bargaining agreement. Now, this collective bargaining agreement was a big win for the women's team because they finally got something from the court in their bag. Collective bargaining agreement is basically ensures that women's soccer players are gonna get paid regularly on a payroll basis, and also their salary has gotten a boost. While on the other hand, the men's national soccer team do get paid, but they only get paid if they play for a particular game. For instance, if they make the cut, they get paid, while women's national team get paid on a regular payroll basis. Now, reasoning of the court. There were several reasons that the court gave based on the decision it came up. Coming up with a new collective bargaining agreement in 2017 was the best the court could give to the US Women's National Soccer Team, because it was a lot of pressure going on, as the media, the people, everyone was aware of what was going on, and US Women's National Team recently won the recent FIFA World Cup, which boosted a massive number of fan following for them as well. Hence, the court had to make this decision. The judge examined many factors, as I mentioned ago, such as TV deals, advertising, youth development, that have caused the federation to actively contribute towards the unequal market for women's soccer. Now, the judge finds the market force defense compelling. The reason why judge finds this is because it seems fundamentally unfair that an employer has discriminated in the wages it pays when it has simply relied on a seemingly external, objective, and neutral measure of value, that is the market itself. Now, my personal view on this would be that it's a win-win situation as far as the court has given its initial decision. I believe that US women's national soccer team have gotten their collective agreement act, which they are gonna modify next year, and I hope that it's just gonna benefit more and more in their favor. I do not see them getting paid equally as men's at this point, because men definitely have this big revenue that they bring in, media deals, ticketing sales, etc., etc. Hence, I think that the court made a really good decision. The law did a successful job. Thank you.